The Scimitar PRO RGB, which inherits its build quality and ergonomics from the previous model, is a gaming mouse with 12 side buttons, arranged in 4 rows. This huge key availability is not an easy task to manage ergonomically, but Corsair equipped the Scimitar with its proprietary key slider system, that allows you to manage the optimal positioning of the buttons. Design. The Scimitar is a medium to large size mouse, for a predominantly palm grip style. The most important detail, and ultimately the one characterizing the Scimitar, is the key slider. This is, in very simple words, the installation of the side buttons in a moving carriage, that can slide across 8 mm along the longitudinal axis, so that the user can position them perfectly, given the grip type and the size of the hand. The key slider is adjustable by means of a simple hexagonal head screw. The procedure is dead simple: unscrew it to loosen the clamp, allowing the key slider to move in the desired position, and then screw it again to hold it in place. Corsair Utility Engine. The Q is Corsair's unified programming tool, that allows us to manage this mouse and all other Corsair devices. Actions. The first thematic area is obviously reserved for macro programming. Their creation, essentially simple with the on-the-fly recording system, does not differ particularly from other common software platforms. The Q is a rather articulated application, in the literal sense of the word, because it offers many commands, but it is effective, quick to use, and above all, provides an unprecedented potential for those who want to dive deeper than the average player. Lighting effects. The important thing to note here is the advanced section, which allows you to switch from a more user-friendly interface, intended for those who want to settle for one of the 5 dynamic effects, to one for advanced users, who want to create their own lighting effects starting from scratch. Each of these effects is now stored locally on the mouse, and no longer requires the Q. However, it is always possible to keep a copy of the profile in the software. This also allows you to exchange profiles with other users, and many of them are available free of charge on Corsair's website. DPI. As the title suggests, here you can set up the sensor's sensitivity and corresponding profiles. Performance. Here you will find all the sensor parameters that an experienced gamer will want to keep under control. Surface calibration. This is a tool able to adjust the response of the sensor, so that it can be more effective on a given surface. The procedure is rather easy, and empirical tests would suggest a certain effectiveness using the mouse. First of all, the Scimitar is a mouse exclusively suitable for a palm grip type. The palm grip is, in fact, the only type that doesn't use the thumb in order to move the mouse, and this is a must if you want to effectively use the side buttons. The key slider system is a nice thought, but it doesn't succeed in the task of placing the keys at the right place. The 12 buttons take up an area of 40 by 20 mm. This is a big area, and it is immediately clear that however you position the slider, you will not be able to reach all the buttons, without some flexing or stretching. In our experience, we found that only 9 out of the 12 are easily accessible, which is still a big number. The most interesting novelty, however, is the new optical sensor. The sensor may be the least important factor for an MMO gaming mouse, but the PMW3367 showed FPS-grade performance. The excellent buttons are now equipped with Omron switches, and the scroll wheel is precise and buttery smooth. Certainly, all this doesn't make the Scimitar an FPS gaming mouse. There are better models out there, like the Sabre and the M65, but it is nice to know that this mouse doesn't constrain you to one type of games. Verdict. 12 keys are a lot, and the reach of the human thumb is somewhat limited. Such a statement may seem a criticism of the Scimitar, but it is simply a disclaimer. The price is somewhat high, but completely justifiable by its quality and features.